Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are here today with comedian and good friend of ours, Jared Freid. Jared, welcome to the
Don't
podcast.
roll your eyes when you say that. We're on video, Joe.
It wasn't rolling my eyes. It was
What
just
was that? That was an eye roll. Good. You could just say friend. Good friend.
Well,
yeah,
I didn't
it feels
know.
a little far.
Yeah. Good friend, but friend of ours.
Friend.
But
I'm friends with you guys. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. We're still trying to see what this is all about. We're still on episode 3 of our relationship, us 3.
After that eye roll, but I will say
we've taken a step back.
Yeah, we've been demoted.
you gave us a sandwich wreck in Toronto, Black Camel, that I heard of before.
Don't take away my recommendation.
I will say it was incredible though. Toronto's the food scene.
We also went to Manita. I think that was another one.
Manita and Black Camel. Those are my two. Like, I went to them, loved them. Those are, if you go to Toronto, like. I mean, Serena, you're a Toronto girl. Like, you've heard of those places, of course.
Yeah, I'd heard of them. I hadn't been to either, which is wild. I mean, I've been to a lot of the restaurants around Manita because it's on like a great
Which one's
street.
Manita?
We went there and I got the burger and you got like a chicken parm sandwich.
Oh yeah,
it's like a cafe.
Yeah, I like that place. Was good.
That place is good, and it's like in the cool Brooklyn-y area. Like that's like everyone knows that area and. But Black Campbell, that sandwich will like that's a nap time sandwich. That's a take a nap when you're done.
Yeah, but it's so good. I loved it in there. I would definitely. It's a little more out of the way, but it
makes
really
me
good.
feel good to give out recommendations and have people like act on them. So I'm happy you guys enjoyed it. Listen, when I go on the road a lot, I travel everywhere, and I get recommendations from people that are such garbage it's got to be thoughtful. Like, yeah. I judge someone based on how they recommend stuff to me. Like, don't like, oh, we have good bagels here, you should try them. I'm like, I lived in New York, what are you talking about? I know the bagel. I need a reason. I need a thought. Like, it's like when someone tries to set you up. Like, I don't know if you guys ever, like, Joe, you're around my age, so people probably try to set you up on dates, and they're like, just go out with that. And you're like, no, why? Give me a reason you thought of that person for me. I'm not just like some single vessel that has no thoughts or emotions or opinions.
Yeah, I judge people based off of their recommendations. If you go give me, if I end up at like a bullshit chain restaurant and it's your then I'm like, okay, I think
volumes.
I think a little less about this person.
Well, and I had friends on the setup thing ask me like, hey, I want you to set me up with someone because we set up friends of ours and they've been together for 4 years and they're like, oh, do that for me.
Me next.
And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Like I have to have someone intentionally for you. I'm not just going to throw anyone your way.
That's a good friend, Serena. And I'm sure you get that a lot because it's a lot of women that are like active and pursuing their dating life. Like, listen, I do the You Up podcast with Betches. Like, all we hear about is there's no men. My advice is always, hang out with the married couple, not to get something from it. If you're hanging out with Joe and Serena and you're like, where's the men? Come on, Joe. We're not going to like think of anyone. You got to be like cool when you hang with the married couple so that Joe
organically.
Right. Because what Joe's going to do is he's going to be golfing with his buddies and someone's going to go, I went on a date last night. It fucking sucked. And then Joe's going to go, you know who's actually cool? That's the way he's going to say it. And he's going to say it about, one of Serena's friends that was actually cool. Not, you know who bothered me and tried to like shake me down for a friend to marry? No, it's going to be, you got to be like the person.
Yeah,
well, what happened?
The husband shakedown doesn't work.
What happened?
Never works.
What happened in this situation was Serena was on speakerphone phone call with Anna Redmond. She was on Bachelor too, and Anna was going off about how she just wants to like meet a guy. And that night, I went out to the bar to meet Clay and Chris Bukowski, and I was sitting with Chris, and we were having a drink, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just sick of being single." I was like, "Well, I actually know someone."
And we were like, "This makes sense. Like he loves a blonde. They're each other's type."
He described her. Like he described this is who I want, and I was like, well,
and he's like, "I've given up. Okay, give me someone.
Yeah.
I got another person who's given up." Yeah, Clay is the best. He does. He's on TV with my sister-in-law.
Oh, that's your sister-in-law?
Yeah, Ruthie Polinsky. She's on. They're on in Chicago, talking sports. They're the best together.
Yeah.
That's such a random
Yeah,
connection.
yeah, that's cool.
That's right. I'll be in Chicago. I'm coming to your hometown. First week of November, I'm doing a show. Minneapolis, Milwaukee, and Chicago. I'm on my Midwest run. And this weekend, I'm in D.C. So if anyone's out there and you want to laugh every 10 seconds for an hour, that's the promise. Would you like to laugh every 10 seconds for an hour? That's my question to people when they're like, should I come to your show? Would you like to laugh every 10 seconds for an hour? That's my promise. That's my goal. So, and if I fail, it's a strong pitch, right?
Yeah.
Like what? That's what I train to do. It's like you guys. You guys train to go to Tokyo and eat pizza and go, hey, this is pretty good. And then look at us at 7-Eleven. You guys train every day for that. And I go on stage every night to try and be funny every 10 seconds for an hour. So
I did my brother. I had my brother's wedding and I did the best man speech. And
how'd it go?
I mean, I had multiple people walk up to me say best man speech they've ever. I'm not kidding around.
They all say that. Now I'm rolling my eyes. Now it's my turn.
I promise you, like it was pure laughter the entire time.
I'm sure it was great.
Was it not?
I can't lie, and you also hit that sweet spot where like everyone was like buzzed by that point in the night and like ready to laugh, and like the speeches had been good, but you were the first speech from your brother's
side. They were warmed up. I like that Serena brought you down to earth a little bit. I mean, they were warmed up.
In your defense, you'd been workshopping that speech for like 6 months straight, so it was like perfectly refined, and you crushed.
When we got home, I looked at Serena and I was like, should I start doing stand up?
Oh no! Don't go see the new Bradley Cooper movie with Will Arnett.
Why?
My buddy went because it's about stand up, and he's like, every guy above the age of 35 is going to try and do stand up after they see this movie.
They already are. Really? They already are trying.
It's horrific, and especially listen. If you want to do stand up, Joe, you'll come with me. You'll open for me on the road, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll see how the best man speech goes.
Let's do it. I would do that.
You're in.
I would do that.
All right.
Let's get into the show. Okay, so The Bachelor, Golden Bachelor is what we're watching. Mel's the Bachelor.
Take us
you
back
sound real invested, Joe.
No.
Is this how the speech went? Can you have a little energy?
My brother's getting married. His name's John.
Hi, I'm Joe. If you don't know me, I'm the brother of the groom. Did you do that?
I did.
I hate that opener.
No, I didn't.
Good,
my opener was me telling the story about me reading the speech to my father and his reaction to it. So
I love that.
And he was like, terrible, worst speech I ever heard, and that got everybody warmed up.
Good. So you set expectations low. You make fun of the
1.
dad for being too hard on you. This is all good setup. This is all psychological warfare. I like the way you went about it. That's good. I went up. I gave the speech at my brother's wedding, and I was so annoyed because it's like, is there any more like you go up, they're like, oh, what's this guy who was on The Bachelor? He doesn't know shit. There's a lot of no expectations. For me, comedian has to go on stage and
you gotta crush.
That's
have to crush. And I said, and Ruthie, my sister-in-law, her sister is a literal like concert violinist. Like she's like a professional violinist. Like she's one of the best violinists in the world. Like went to Juilliard. And I'm like, you didn't make Hava play the fucking violin up here. Like I have to, come up here and, crack the funnies. So it was me ranting from minute one and angry. And everyone's like, is this guy okay? Is he hammered?
Okay, back to the show.
Sure.
Tell us your thoughts on Mel when he got announced. Like, what were your thoughts on all that?
The great reveal of the original Golden Bachelor was, oh my God, this isn't sad. This is fun. They're just like us. They look great. Like, it was all what our mind's eye told us was golden. Our mind's eye, it was Golden Girls. It was Estelle Getty. It was, it was the nanny's grandma. It wasn't fun. And then the reality was, oh, my parents look good and are fun and are with it. And so I think he had the same thing as the audience did. Like, the audience doesn't remember back 5 minutes ago when they were like, because I got those comments in my DMs and on my posts, like, oh, it's so sad, these old people dating. And then you saw them and you're like, they're not old. They look great. They're fun. This is awesome. And I think he kind of had weirdly, even though he was cast as the Golden Bachelor, I don't think he realized how amazing the people are that go on the show. So
I will say we did interview a lot of the women, and I brought up like him making the comments, and all of them said they really appreciated him apologizing, and it made them feel more comfortable. So
of course he had to mention it, but it was just like, I think him saying it to them is different than to the audience. Like, I think the audience, it doesn't matter to them. They like, look at Gary. Gary had one unnamed source say they used to date, and now if you bring up Gary, they're like, oh, he got canceled, right? And you're like, no, he's like the nicest guy. He was great. Like, he was lovable. He like really, like, all those women from that season seemingly like enjoyed his company. All the production people liked Gary. Like, so it's like the way that you can't change these things. Your branding is your branding. It's going back to Serena bringing up her friend, like, to fix them up. Like, if you go and ask your friends to fix you up, you're annoying. If you go and have fun with your friends, they want to fix you up.
It's true.
So
true. Good point.
That's my long-winded, I think they should have apologized.
Well, I also thought it was interesting because when I saw that he'd made that comment, I was like, I wonder how old his wife was. And I think she was like 15, 20 years younger. So it's kind of all he knew. Right. You know what I mean? In his mind, he's probably like, well, I've only ever been married in this age range. So obviously I'm looking for someone in this age range. And I think he was also like, yeah, like you said, like stigmatized. Like, I think he was like, no, why would I want someone in their 60s? But he seems to have like no problem connecting with women this age. But yeah, I think he was picturing something that it wasn't.
I just don't think he fully grasped what he was going on,
which is
and
wild
what he was doing,
hilarious.
and just made a comment that he didn't even really truly stand behind. And that was it.
Right. And it doesn't even matter. Like, whatever he was going to say, like, you're on the show, dude. Do you still want to do it now that you've said that? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, okay. Yeah. And the problem is, and Serena, you hit a great point. Like, that's what, like, no man should ever talk about dating. No man should ever. That's why men don't tell you what their type is. That's why men never talk about dating. Because women have just talked about this way more and have thought about it way more and way deeper. Like the idea that you're like, what was her ex-wife like? And you have her like his ex's social security number. Like, oh, she's a lot younger and here's where she was born. Like, it's like, oh, and like, it just becomes detective, fodder, So I don't know. I just, you got to be like Gary, I think, on this show, like fuddy-duddy. I look at the lake and I cry every time I think of my like, wife who passed.
Gary was truly.
Mel couldn't be more
iconic.
Different than Gary.
Couldn't be more different because they are too. I
Total
don't understand.
opposites.
I mean, like, listen, you go to casting, you're like, who are we gonna go for next? Let's go for this ultra confident bro who played football and out of a divorce 7 minutes. Like, I don't know. It's like real. Took a real shot. I mean, and he's like, the other thing is he is in incredible shape. And he also knows it and doesn't think he's older. Every time they bring up, what are you going to do for the rest of your life? He's like, I am going to what? He acts like he doesn't know what they mean. He's like, I'm going to keep running at 100 miles per hour. That's what I'm going to do. Like, he never acknowledges an age thing for himself. He is very adamant that he is going to work until he's 103. He even said that.
Well, there was a big age gap between Gary and Mel. I think it's like a 10-year spread, which.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary was like 71 and I think Mel's 64. Which is,
but
like, I would say
66, I think Mel is. I'm pretty positive, but like, yeah.
But Mel is a young 66.
And just ask him.
And he'll tell you that.
He will
wants
tell
everyone to know it.
Look at him on the horse last date. He's like bragging. He's like, yeah, and look at me, add another thing to the list. Started riding a horse at 66. And he's like, he reminds me so much of my dad. I one time did a show at a country club in Boca in Florida, and I literally went on stage. I made a huge mistake. I go, I'm here at this retirement community, and they booed me. They were like, it's not a retirement community. Like, they like these the whole room. Like, I was like minute one, they're booing me, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna look like Joe giving his best man speech up here.
going back to night one, was there any of the women that stood out to you?
Peg is always going to stand out. That's an easy answer just because she's gone far. Like Peg is like kind of like a bolt of lightning on this show. Obviously, Carol stood out because she just looked Barbie-ish. Diane, who looked like nothing like Carol, stood out just because and you're like, just the fact that they're on the same dating show, you're like, oh, like this is amazing. And Diane was like so fun and funny. Like I wanted to have another cup of Diane. I'd say Amy was fun. I knew what she was like coming on to make a scene. I liked everyone. I like and also Carla, who comes on and is like talking about like orgasming. Like you're like, great. I'm like, again, the women are the show. Like he's not the show, the show is, and that's why I got a little frustrated with all the apologies. Cause it's like, it took away time from let's meet the women. Let's go on this, Thelma and Louise adventure with them. That's what we want from it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get into your date. You made a guest appearance on the show. Tell us
the weirdest part about
when you walked out and I was like, this fits. This is actually this actually works really well.
This makes sense.
It was so enjoyable.
It was great.
Every second.
It was great. I remember when we watched it, we really enjoyed it. We're like, this is.
I really appreciate. That's the thing. When someone's on the show, like I was happy. Like this is like the best thing that ever happened to me.
You could tell. You could tell you could tell that you were truly like
happy to be there.
This is great. Like
I'm so happy. I listened to like Arden Mirren. She has a podcast about The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And she was nice to me, but her like cohorts, her co-hosts were like, they were like, look at this bro. I was like, I can't be just like they totally like tossed me aside as some
They're
bro.
all comedians too. Wow, comedians are going.
They're going at.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. I was like, oh, this nice guy who likes the same thing as you. They were like all weirdly affected by me for some reason. But then they were like, one guy was like, I don't like a roast, so it wasn't funny. It's like, well, that's not my problem. Like I'm not a roast guy. Like I watch the show and make fun of it, but my hope is that I'm making fun of it in the way I would have fun with friends. So that was the thing with like a roast. I'm not really a roast guy. So like getting invited on, there was a lot of pressure because like roast jokes are very like Nikki Glazer. She's so good at it because she's so good at like misdirection. Like that's like her act. So it like fits into what she does so well. So it's like, I was so excited, but I was so nervous. And then like, I had to like have a talk in the mirror. I'm like, just do what you do, have fun, like enjoy this moment. And I came out and like, there was so much of like, I came with so many jokes. So like first I meet him and he's like, I know you because I've watched your videos.
Oh, that's
and he's
sick.
Like, you're the reason I almost didn't do the show.
Oh no.
Really?
that took a turn.
Not that he called a bunch of women old. Me, idiot, is the reason he didn't almost do it. He's like, you just make fun of people? I go, I like to think that the people who I make fun of enjoy it. Like every season, I end up like, becoming like, acquaintances with some of the people. So they must see that like it's with a good heart and like all that stuff. And he's like, well, I go, don't worry, today we're going to have a blast. So I come out and I'm like, Mel, great to see you. And I'm like performing all these jokes, but I had so many. And I'm just like, man, I start going into him and I just see his face just like, oh my God, what the hell did I sign up for? Because like I just had like 6 one-liners that I wanted to make sure got on camera that I didn't forget. And the women come out and they're like kind of dead. And he's like, and one of the production people was like, he was making out in the pool with Nicole before this. It's kind of the drama. And I'm like, oh, like I had like a moment, like you guys have been on the set. Like I was like, oh my God, like I'm eating this up like I'm the Bachelor super fan. I'm like, really? Who's he making out with? Like, I'm like so into it. And then they go, come on. They tell the ladies like, more energy, come out, more energy. And they come out and they're like, woo. And then I run out and they're like, Jared Freid. I could see like a couple of them seem to maybe have seen my stuff. A couple of them were like, who? Like what? And
we need to get Leslie and Teresa in there, spreading the word.
There's nothing worse for your confidence than walking out onto a stage and people being like, who's this guy? Like, why?
Who's this? Who's this guy as I'm about to tell jokes?
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're like very famous comedian. They're like, Sebastian Maniscalco's here? And I'm like, it's like, no, Chubby Jew. And then they bring me out. And I basically, I'm like, listen, I'm a huge fan of the show. I'm here to, I'm 40, which is the age Mel wishes you were. And like, when I said that kind of like made everyone kind of like, oh, he's on our side, which is what I want. And I am. And I'm like, we're here to have fun, make jokes. I'm like, listen, you don't even want to be with Mel. He's divorced. He has no money. He's a high school football coach. He has nothing. Like, there's nothing here. And then I'm like, and if it doesn't work out, you can go with me. We're going to go to the bar. We'll have a martini. Like, you guys are all hot. Like, I'd do you. Like, it's like I'm like the piece of shit. So, like, I go into that, and they're fun. And then, like, we go to write. And that's where it's like a full day. So, like, I'm trying to help them write their jokes. So, like, we were, like, helping the women. But, like, they were, like, really good and fun. And, like, I liked them all, like, and I just had a good time.
I remember Carol's joke was my favorite joke out of all of them.
Which one was that?
It was like, Mel, I know you wanted to date 40-year-olds, like, so do I.
That was hers, or maybe she got that might have been. I think that was hers. Like, she's like,
she said
so do I.
On the podcast, like, I think it seemed like she kind of came up with that idea.
Yeah. That definitely felt like it was hers, and she did forget her glasses. And then we had this moment at the end, and they kind of like, the editing, they got to do what they got to do, and the moment at the end with Amy was like, she was like going on for like 20 minutes. And
I was wondering, actually, I was like, watching it, we know how much gets cut. And when we were watching, I was like, I wonder how long this has been going on for. Because you were jumping in, and I was like, there's no way he's just like cutting off her section.
No.
Like, this must have been happening for a minute.
It was basically, you're right. Because I was like, when we got to the performance, I was like pretty happy with it. I'm like, I got my jokes in. I like these people. It feels like it's going well. Like, I got what I wanted out of it. And I come for my own, I have my own incentives of this too. And also, I like the show, and I want to be a part of it. And like, I want to make sure that these people, everyone here has fun. I don't want anyone feeling badly. And it's Jesse next to the stage. It's the 12 women on stage. And then it's me and Mel in the middle of the room. Mm-hmm. And I remember we were sitting there. So basically, a woman would go up and do her bit. She would do her roast. We'd all clap. We'd laugh and have fun.
What would it be, like 3 to 5 minutes?
That's it. And then we all had mics. So then we'd go around the horn. Jesse would be like, what do you think? And I would make fun of something, or make fun of the room, or like whatever, and tell them how great I would be again, complimentary. Like, I think it takes a lot of fucking balls to get on stage with jokes you wrote an hour before.
Against
right?
your will. Like, they're being forced to do this.
Surprise! You're gonna go and do stand-up comedy. Like,
go do something that you potentially hate and are terrified to do, and like do it well, and on camera make it good.
Some people's biggest fears are public speaking. Like, to some
you
people,
ever hear
that's
that? You ever hear that Jerry Seinfeld joke where he says like 98% of the people's biggest fear is public speaking? That means they rather be in the casket than give the eulogy.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so then we'd get on the mic and we'd go around the horn. Like, Jesse would say something, I'd say something, Mel would say something, then I'd make fun of Mel, and then we'd go to the next contestant. We get to Amy, she's like 11th out of 12, and she's like, I don't need these notes, and like rips them up. And then like
immediately terrifying.
Right. And we're like, what's this going to be? And she starts complaining about all the women and how much she has to cook and clean. And like, it's one of those moments where we're all looking around like, and she's not bombing. She's just being herself and being fun. Like, she is fun and she is funny, but you're like, and she's like, she keeps going, fuck this, fuck that. Like, it's like swear after swear. Like, it was like unkeepable, Like,
girl, this is ABC. We can't swear here.
Right. And I think she would admit that. Like, it was just so many swear, and it kept going and going. And like, finally, at the end of it, she goes, Jared, you get it. You're Jewish. And that was like my invitation. And it doesn't look like it. Looks like I'm just like, shut up, bitch. Like, let me get on the mic. Like, I'm not doing that. So I was going to wait. But then she goes, Jared, you get it. You're Jewish. And I pick up the mic and I'm like, you are making me so anxious right now. Like, you are. I was like, this is like talking to my mom. Like, I'm like, you keep going on and on about like, and I do the cooking, do the cleaning. And I'm like, and honestly, I have to say, like, I was having so much fun. The room was like swirling. People are laughing so hard because the setup was really her swearing and complaining about everyone. And then I got to complain
for like
about
20
her.
minutes.
Yeah.
For like 20 minutes. And so like, it's killing. And like, when I got a bone to chew on, I'm like, I'm going to keep going. So I did like 3 minutes of this bit, and it's like the room is swirling. Like, I'm like getting chills as it's happening. I'm like, oh my God, this is the biggest moment of my life. Like, I am like, and I turn to Mel and I go, do not marry her.
Yeah, that's so
like,
funny.
And I'm like, oh my God, I just told the Bachelor not to marry one of the women.
You ruined her life. You
right,
actually
like
ruined her life.
I was like, this is gonna be the commercial. This is gonna be like it's gonna be like next week on The Bachelor, me going, don't marry her. And I'm like, I put down the mic, I'm like shaking, because like in a comedian's mind, we're just like, we're always about the kill. Like, we like, you know, it's just like I came there to do a job, and like the job just got done. And I'm like, I put the mic down and we get done with the episode, and I go to my manager and his mom were there. And like, she comes up to me, she was like, you're the funniest person I've ever seen in my entire life. Like it was like, like, I was like, this is amazing. I was like, cloud
Best
11.
day ever.
Best day ever. And like, and so I just kind of had to hold on to the story until it aired. And I'm like, I'm wondering what it's going to, I was like, it's either going to be okay and good. And it's like, or it's going to be like, I'm going to get like DMs forever about this. And it was somewhere in between. Like, it was definitely like, I'm definitely happy with it. And I was like happy because you might see me again. I don't know if we can keep this in. You might see me in another episode. Hint, hint, you know, a little tease. As they say in the business, you're going to want to tune into some people telling all.
Telling all. I've never heard anyone phrase it that way.
Okay, I think that's a good place to stop part one. Jared, thank you so much. We'll be back with Jared for part two. Make sure you download and subscribe to Bachelor Happy Hour.
We will have new and exclusive interviews every single week. Thanks for listening. Bye.